Mm-hmm. Am I live? Am I? Am I live? I think I am. Oh, there we go. I see myself. I see me there. Me being me. Let me make sure that this is in the places that it needs to be. Oh, heck yeah. It is in all the places that it needs to be. Wait, actually, I haven't checked YouTube. Oh. YouTube. Are you doing the thing, YouTube? Ba, 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 ba. Let me. Oh, yep, it is doing the thing. Sorry, I don't want to cause major feedback. So let me see what I got right now. Boom. Says one person is watching. That might just be me, or that might be you, somebody out there. This is meant to be a Q&A. Also, I also plan on just talking about a lot of stuff I've been working on. Oh, yes, Josh! Yeah! My man. Miss this dude. He's the shit for everybody who's existing. Let me put the chat up here. There we go. So if there are any questions, people can see them. This is meant to be a Q&A. But I'm also just going to talk about a lot of stuff I've been working on and just things going on in my life that I feel are noteworthy. So it sounds like I'm kind of good to go. But again, this is any question you have. Most of the questions people sent me in were, what time is this? And I was like, 3. So I don't think I got any pre-asked questions. I sent an email out on my list and then did kind of a bad job of letting everybody know. So I'm sorry, but if you got some questions, I'm totally down to answer and talk about myself. If that is what you want. Real quick update. At this point, the entire Celestial EP is out and about. It is on Spotify. It is you can purchase downloads on Bandcamp. I have a merch item attached to that release. Let me see if I can let me see if I can pull up a link to that. I want to kind of address that EP because I feel like I just sort of just threw it out there, and I've now people are slowly discovering the first track that came out and are just like, oh, there's a new thing. I kind of want to apologize about that. I kind of totally spaced on really promoting it the way I wanted to. Kind of what had happened is just that it became this. It first started out as just a track, just this one track that I was like, oh, I'll release it during lockdown. We made it in the beginning of lockdown, and then lockdown never ended, and it was just kind of becoming this thing of I don't really know what this EP is conceptually to me. I'm also like going through shit, which I'm pretty sure everybody was at that point because lockdown was serious and like uncomfortable. So there's a lot of uncomfortable feels. So I never really got in place what I was trying to say with that EP. I'm very proud of those 3 tracks, and I'm still working on content for the last track that came out. But I'm definitely proud I released it, but it was definitely one of those things of like, okay, I kind of just threw this out into the world and just hope for the best. So I hope like as people discover it, they are like, oh, like fun little extra thing. There was also some more merch that was supposed to come out, having to do with that EP release. It is, I don't want to ruin the surprise, but I guess I will. Is cassettes. I made I think about 100 cassettes, and they were super back ordered. They're supposed to be like in our hands like beginning of August or something like that, and they were not. And they had very limited communication. So like there was like a good chunk of time where I was just like, am I gonna get these? Like did they just take my money and go? But they did not, which is really nice. And I think they are arriving soon. But I was kind of hoping they were gonna come and like right in time, right at like the point of the last track that was gonna be released. And they didn't, but it is what it is. I'm just kind of happy to get them, put them on my site. If you would like a cassette, I'll start pushing those guys. Um, but yeah, that was like kind of a thing of like, oh, this merch was coming in late. There are just all these other random issues that kind of happened. It kind of became like this thing of like, oh, maybe this will never come out. Maybe I'll shelve this entire project. But I don't like doing that. I kind of just like throwing stuff out there. Like, go, be free into the world, especially like in the digital era where you can kind of just throw things out there and just let them exist and kind of grow at their own speed. So that's kind of what's going on. Like that's what's kind of left with this EP release is I'm going to have cassettes, which would be cool, which I'm just excited to have. Hopefully people will also want some cassettes, but if you don't, that's totally cool. I think they're freaking cool. And a few more videos will be kind of coming out your way soon. But yeah, I'm already working on music for the next record, and I'm trying to do it smartly. That's a word. And I'm excited for that because it's more back in the vein of a thoughtful collapse of that set of music, but going deeper on those concepts that I was like playing around with. So I'm super duper excited to like start digging into that stuff. We did play a gig. I think I live streamed it a while back. So we did play a cool gig that where I was able to play like 3 or 4 of the new songs. And it felt real nice. It felt amazing to actually be playing again. That is beautiful to actually be playing with a band and like doing the thing is like I can't stress how important that is to me nowadays. I was just talking to a friend of mine about like live streaming has been fun, like doing all these digital marketing tools, like it's been fun to connect with people through Facebook and Instagram and like this realm of communication. Personally, like I've had fun like talking to a lot of new people who are just like really super into what I'm doing. But I definitely miss performing and touring, and it feels like that is coming back soon. But I don't know. So I don't really want to make any promises yet. It has felt like kind of hard to plan. Um, because of that, I'm just like, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's kind of been an insane year already, so we'll see. To kind of dig into what I've been working on, well, so far, like I'm the stage I'm at, with the new album is I'm still writing it. I think I've written about 9 songs. Um, 5 of them, no, 6 of them are complete, like completely done. I think I've played 4 of those 6 out on that gig I was talking about, and I have 3 drafts. So I'm at the stage where like what I do is I write a lot of this music on guitar, like um the initial riffs, the initial let's just say the like basic kind of gist of the song. I write it on the guitar and make sure it feels as whole as it can just by itself. And then I upload it on a music notation software called Sibelius, and that's where I start orchestrating it. Maybe I'll like use the piano to like kind of help me figure out voicings and stuff like that. But that's when I start orchestrating it for guitar, bass, and saxophone. And it's usually also at that stage I decide whether I want upright bass or electric bass. So, hmm. So yeah, that's kind of I write all that out, and then I create a separate chart that has all of the important information because that initial score is like literally 13 pages. And if I hand that to a drummer and be like, play this, they'll kill me. So then I make create like a truncated version of that chart that's hopefully around 2 to 3 pages and give it to either Paolo or Jarrett. And that's usually quite, but like then they add the drum part and we start playing live and start doing all that stuff, going on tour and recording a record at the end of the year. The stage I'm at right now is just implementing, putting everything in Sibelius and orchestrating for these last 2 songs and last 3 songs. And I'm hoping I kind of want to write a lot. I want to write at least 3 more songs and then start playing around with stuff and seeing how it fits and if I can create a cohesive album with it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Um, I have no, I'm not trying to really rush it. Um, but I'm definitely excited to start like showing people stuff and bringing it out. I think I've started showing clips of stuff to people on my newsletter and people in the Facebook group who are also on the newsletter. So if you're interested in being part of like the super early day journey, I think I have a link up there where you can sign up for my newsletter and be part of that world. No pressure. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. I don't know if anyone has any questions about that process. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited to just delve that deeply into stuff and just see what I come up with and what happens. And yeah, I don't know. So far, it's just been super fun. It's been super fun to just be this creative with kind of out without with like very minimal deadlines. Like, because before I would be like, I have to do this by the time I'm this age, or like I only have 2 months to write music because my schedule is packed the rest of the year. And this time I'm like, I I do have time because I'm very selective about what I do at this point. So I'm very happy to be that selective. So it's been really nice to just pick and choose like things I'd like to do and like start to or could really delegate time to like work on this next album. So I'm hoping it's like very similar elements to A Thoughtful Collapse and that it like really kind of fleshes out this band sound. So I'm pretty excited about this stuff. Let me check my email if I got any questions. There are 2 people watching this. How are you guys doing? Is everyone okay? Was everyone up to this weekend? Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about. I wrote it down. Ooh, yeah. So, some other stuff happening is October. I'm having another gig at Salem's Hour, and I'm planning for it to be a very Halloween themed gig. So, if you are in the Brooklyn area, please come out. So that'll be October 24th. And I also am curious on like anybody who's listening who's in a different state in the States, what's it kind of like? What's the vibe? Because I would do want to start planning out a tour. So I know Josh, who commented, hello, sorry, is in Tennessee, which a handful of my fans are in Tennessee. So I would like to know, where are you guys located? Where would there be other places to play? Because again, that's like I think the next focus for this next year is like just kind of planning out shows and planning out touring. Like, even if it's just like a small weekend, that's really what I'd love to do. And if y'all are around, that'd be great to let me know where I should go. Yeah. All right. That's pretty much my piece. Oh, a show in Nashville would be sick. Yes. I would love to come to Nashville. Totally. Like, what? I have a friend who's playing at the 5 spot or something like that. Do you know that spot, Josh? Are you in Nashville, or are you like surrounding Nashville? I have a lot of friends there, so I'm like really excited to tour there and do some double bills with people. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, Nashville, I was definitely thinking of. That's like kind of the first thing on my list. Like Nashville and DC. People have expressed interest in going to a show. I'm like an hour outside of Nashville. Sick. Cool. That'd be sick. Yeah. Also, actually, another major thing is my current touring band. So a lot of you who follow this page follow it because of the rooftop videos you saw. So those rooftop videos, the band there is Yumo Isaka, who is an awesome tenor player. Yuka Tadano, who she is like my right hand person. She's been in the band and played the most gigs out of anybody for, I don't know, the last 4 years. And then my dearest and oldest friend, Paolo Cantarella, is playing drums. I've been friends with him since not middle school, high school. We went to high school together. And he crushed. He's been in the band for a while. He's on A Thoughtful Collapse. He's on the Celestial EP. And he will probably not be in this next round of stuff. I'm not saying like he's left the band, but he is super busy. He just got married and he's like planning his wedding right now. Or like, yeah. Yeah, because that's how we do things now. It's like get married and then you have the party later because lockdown. So trying to remember why it happened that way. Yeah. So he is super busy. He's also like crushing it crushing it in the New Jersey like scene, like playing some amazing gigs. So I'm excited the next time we get to work together, but he's not going to be playing over this next round of stuff. However, my friend Jarrett Walzer is stepping in on drum duties, and he's kind of like the secret fifth member of the band because he's been around since I started really writing jazz. Like, I've known him since I was, I think, 18. So he's been around, and he's like, I think, sight read everything, played shows. He was supposed to be on the tours that I was going to do over the summer. And it's, I think, super stoked on what he's going to bring to the table. So if any of you saw the live stream gig I did a few weeks ago at Salem's Hour, he was playing drums on that, and he's freaking crushing it. So you're going to see a lot more of him, and man, I'm excited for that. Like, it's kind of an interesting thing, like what like when you're doing the solo artist thing. Like, I have a band, and I kind of make it very known that, like, here are the members of the band, and they're interchangeable to a degree, but not really. Like, that kind of happens a lot in the jazz world, where it's just like everyone is swapped out all the time because everyone's in like 400 bands. But I've been very lucky to like keep the same bass player and saxophonist the entire time, and like I generally have to swap Paolo and Jarrett back and forth, but usually it's one of those two available. So it's not even, it's interesting, like the band becomes kind of just a small tight knit group of people. It could be like 3 different bass players and 3 different drummers or something like that. I've been very lucky to keep it incredibly insular, and which is super rare. It's super rare, and to keep it this insular and not sacrifice any type of quality with who people I'm working with. Like, Yuka is absurdly busy, so is Jarrett, so is Yuma, and it's like amazing that whenever I do have something, it like fits perfectly. Like, it's magical, and I'm very happy about it. So, man, yeah. So when I start touring again, I'm excited to bring those two. Generally, I tour as trio. Hopefully, I can tour as a full quartet. That'd be sick. But yeah, Nashville is definitely the first stop. I'm trying to think of where else. I want to do Philly. If anybody has any venue recommendations, throw them here. So Josh, you don't know much about the 5 spot. I don't know anything about those places, but if there are any spots that you really like, feel free to DM me or like send me a message, and I'd love to go check that out and email them and bug them and be like, I can bring out people. I got friends and places. Let me play. All right. I think I'm going to call this one now. Thank you for anyone who checked this out and listened and partook. I am going to start being a little bit more up to date, like keep everyone a little more up to date with what I've been doing, and do more cool stuff. So please stick around and like the page, comment on stuff, and I'm always checking it out. Feel free to DM me funny things. I will respond to them. And as always, take care.